Hi, True Avatars, and welcome to your weekly queer video game podcast. This is a bonus episode, and I'm your host, Zoe Wild. I'm a transgender and bisexual woman, and my pronouns are she, her. We are back for our thrice yearly Steam Next Fest bonus episode, which we always release midweek so you have time to play the demos before the end of the week, when most of them get taken down, usually on the Monday morning at the end of the Next Fest, because Next Fest only lasts a week. I think it should be 2 weeks, personally. But anyway, I'm not in charge of that decision. And you've already heard them, but joining me is Ekamy, pronouns she, her.
Hello.
And Cleo, pronouns it and she, her.
Hello.
All right, so we are going to talk about some Steam Next Fest demos today. But before we do jump into that, though, I do want to just note that right before we started recording, Lloyd was going to join us, but we were having some technical issues. I'm going to be looking into the platform that we use, Riverside. I'm going to put them on blast here because this is not the first time we've had issues with Riverside. And quite frankly, they're getting a little ridiculous. And I'm actually on support with them, and they're emailing me being like, we need this information from you about why this problem isn't working. And I was like, well, I gave you all the information we have. And this is now an old problem from 2 weeks ago. So anyway, they refuse to fix it. They haven't fixed any issue, actually, that I've had. They found workarounds for all the issues, but they've never actually fixed a single issue. Meanwhile, they push AI and when I signed up, there was no AI stuff. And then suddenly everything gets filtered through AI when you're done. They're like, here, we've edited your entire episode with AI. And it's like, I don't care about that. I'm not paying for that. I'm paying for this anyway. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Lloyd did play 2 demos that we will not be able to talk about today. However, I'm going to name them, just so we know what they are. And if anyone wants to go check them out or go hit up Lloyd on, Blue Sky and bug him, I'm sure he'll talk about them. But those demos were All Will Rise and Moorage. And I will link those down in the show notes as well. And as far as we know, Lloyd did enjoy them. I think he streamed them as well. So if there's a VOD currently, you can also go check those out. Yes. Lloyd Lloydster on Twitch. I think it's Lloyd _Lloydster.
Lloyd _Lloydster, yes. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Amy might have misspoke slightly there. It sounded like she said Lord Lloydster. He's not a Lord.
Lloyd Lloydster.
Anyway, how are you both doing tonight before we jump into everything?
Cleo?
I'm doing pretty well, I think. Yeah, I'm doing good so far. Having a good week.
What's that?
Nice.
Cool.
I just consumed a bunch of fish and chips, so I'm great.
Fish and chips. What kind of fish?
Haddock.
Nice. That's the good stuff. Expensive though.
I know. Bougie. It's the only haddock that I've really enjoyed, because I guess I think when I was young I had really bad haddock, and so I kind of avoided it for a lot of my life. And then I found a fully gluten-free fish and chips place, in my city. And I was like, nice. Ooh, I'll try it out. And then I didn't even know they had haddock, and I had it. It was delicious. And I learned later, and I went, oh my God, I can eat haddock now. Yay.
It's always nice to find more options of food.
Mm-hmm.
Cleo, did you have any haddock tonight?
No, I had a chicken curry.
Ooh, nice. That's very nice.
Nice and spicy, the way I like it. It's pretty good.
Amazing. I did not eat dinner because I was like, I don't have time to cook before the podcast recording, so I'll eat after, which is fine. I'm gonna make myself. I'm trying to eat all my food before a trip this weekend because I'm traveling again. So I'm kind of eating through all the stuff that it's not fancy stuff. I have some eggs to eat and some English muffins. So I'm gonna make some egg sandwiches with some other toppings on it.
Nice.
Okay, but we're not here to talk about Food Next Fest. We're here to talk about Steam Next Fest. So before we jump into all the demos, I do have a few quick favors to ask of each of your avatars. If you like this podcast, please leave a comment, rating, or review on your preferred podcast platform. Spotify has ratings and comments, while Apple has reviews. Please go leave a comment, rating, and or review. If you're watching the video version on YouTube, please like this episode, leave a comment, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you're the first to know when a brand new video drops. Also, please follow True Avatars, a queer video game podcast, on social media. There are accounts on Blue Sky, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Facebook, and TikTok at True Avatars, and you can also find the podcast on the official website, trueavatarspodcast.com, no spaces. And remember, this is a weekly queer video game podcast, so check in every week, and we're bringing news, interviews, and updated discussions that are relevant to queer gamers. So you have a safe space to check in on the world of gaming every Monday morning from a 2S LGBTQIA+ lens. Alright, let's jump into the demos. So, I'm gonna go first if you both don't mind. I really want to talk about this game that I've seen advertised in every single games showcase, indie games showcase for I want to say 2 or 3 years now. And that game is actually called Fishbowl. And I'm just pulling up my notes here. So what I really liked about this demo, is you're basically playing, a woman, and I think, and I'm not 100% certain, but I think she lives in India. And actually, the only reason I know that is because I just got back from India, and there's a lot of similarities there in the way they were speaking and terminology they were using. But she is, the game is set just before the start of the pandemic. So like February 2020. So literally 6 years ago. And she has just moved out on her own. She lives alone. And so she's just starting to become isolated, and she started a brand new job where she does exactly what I do. She's a video editor. So when I heard there was a video editing mini game when I started the game, I almost noped out because I was like, no. I do that all day. I don't need a mini game version of that. Thankfully, it is significantly easier and less stressful than actual video editing. Thank God. But anyway, so, not only is she alone for the first time, like this is her first job, first time living alone, you know, she's like in her early to mid 20s, but also she just lost her grandmother, which is another similarity in my life because I lost my grandmother at the start of the pandemic as well. So she's dealing with that while she's alone, isolated from everyone in a new city, in a new job. And so basically the game takes place entirely in her apartment. At least the demo does anyway. I don't know if the game eventually leaves the apartment, but the demo is the first 3 days of your life. And basically it's a mental health simulator, right? So like you wake up, you drink your coffee, you make your breakfast, you drink water. It sounds mundane, but the game aspect of it is that like you have a little health bar, a little bar that appears above your head whenever you do anything. And the stuff you do either increases your mental health quality or decreases it. So if you drink water, guess what? You get a boost. And unfortunately, when you fill up that bar, it goes back to the beginning. I'm not sure if that's a feature or a bug. I have no idea, but you can't like max out the bar. You can't, you know, it's not like a second bar. It just like defaults back to the beginning. So I did max out at the end of the third day. I was really proud of myself. I was like, hey, my mental health is not great, but the character's is. And there's like little things in the game too that are really interesting. Like, your balcony is really dirty. And so I was like, well, I wonder if I get any reward for cleaning that up. So I try to go out and clean it up. And the character says, no, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm like, girl, valid. I see you.
I feel that.
You. Valid and fair.
That's very good.
What's nice is there's lots of accessibility features in the game. And one really cool mechanic too, that the mental health bar doesn't just like, it's not just a representation of how you're playing the game for progress, but also affects your conversations. So every time you're answering someone, you get 3 dialogue options. And depending on how your mental health quality is doing, some of those options might be locked or unlocked. So
cool.
If your mental health is really bad, you can't give the good option. You can't like reply with the good options. If your mental health is really good, you can't use the bad options. I didn't clue into that until the 3rd day of the demo. I didn't realize what was happening. So I'm not sure if you have your mental health in the middle, you can access all 3 options or not, or if it's always 2 out of the 3 options. But basically there's like a poor mental health answer, decent mental health answer, and a good mental health answer. I don't know why I'm going down top to bottom on that, but anyway. Yeah, it was really charming. It's cute top-down pixel art style. A little close to home. I don't know that I want to play this because it's very close to home for me. And that's to say that it's like really accurate and really well thought out and really well designed, that it just feels close to home. That doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean you shouldn't play it. It just means like this might be a little too much for me personally. So yeah. And it's called Fishbowl because early on in the game, you are gifted your grandmother's fishbowl that has a toy fish in it who can, for some reason, talk to you, and you go on little weird trips with the fish in your imagination that I'm not fully understanding what's going on yet because it's still early in the game in this demo, but yeah.
Cool. That sounds really interesting. I like the different dialogue options that you have based on, like, kind of what you are at. And I actually, what I was kind of pleasantly surprised about was, like, in my mind, I was like, oh, if you max out your you're doing good on mental health, you can access all options. You can do anything. But it makes sense if you're feeling better, then you don't want to, like, kind of lean towards the more negative ones. So I do like that they have that distinction too.
Yeah. Are there more mini games other than, you said there was the one video editing one? Are there more, or is that kind of the extent of it?
That's kind of the big one. There's another small one. So when you're cooking food or you're doing dishes, like doing your chores, there's like little like button press mini games. Like it'll be like, okay, if you're using the microwave, you have to press down, up, left, right. Oh, then you gotta hold A for this little bit while it's cooking. And then you have to press A twice to get your food out of the microwave. Same with when you're showering, when you're peeing. Yes, it goes that in depth. As far as I know, there's no pooping mechanic in the game. But you have to brush your teeth, right? And so you have to press left, right, up, down, and then something else, and then rinse your mouth out. So I guess that's a mini game. But there's not really any challenge to it. If you fail if you press the wrong button, it just goes beep. It just kind of yells at you, and then you start over. So
okay,
you can't fail cooking in the microwave. It doesn't oh, your food is burnt and you have to eat it. You have to decide if you want to eat it now and suffer, but you spent money on this, but also there's nothing like that, So,
okay.
It might be a little too realistic if they did that. Oh, you burnt your food. You either eat it and, you use your money, or you waste your money and don't eat the food and go hungry. And
it's just something I thought of with the mental health mechanic and managing it. Oh, do those get harder as as your mental health in game declines? Does that become a bigger challenge to do those things?
It's possible.
Something that crossed my mind. That's why I was curious.
I didn't notice anything because your mental health bar starts off at the beginning of the demo very low, and then you can play the game in such a way if you don't drink water throughout the day, drinking water, you can just keep going to drink water and keep increasing your mental health.
Okay,
and that's how I ended up filling up the bar and then going back to the beginning. So I didn't notice anything got harder when your mental health was lower, and I guess I'll just quickly explain how the video editing minigame works. Basically, you have anywhere from 3 to 5 tracks. So if anyone's ever used any kind of video editing or music editing software, you have tracks, right? So oh, I want to put this, let's say, for example, you're watching this podcast right now. If you're watching the video version, you'll see there's 3 video track. You'll see there's 3 feeds of us, right? So I would put my feed on track 1. I would put Amy's track on feed on track 2. I would put Cleo's on track 3. And then I would put the background that you're seeing, which is actually an overlay, on track 4. So when you're playing this game, you've got 5 tracks. Let's say there's music, dialogue, video, and a couple other things. I don't remember what they are. And basically it's kind of like a rhythm game. So the video file comes towards you, and when it gets to the end of the track, you have to press the corresponding button. You have to make sure it's on the corresponding track, and then you can slide it through, basically.
Okay.
That's how it works. It's more of a rhythm game, except there's no rhythm to it. So it's the best way I can describe it.
Okay. Interesting.
Neat.
All right. Let's move on to the next game, though. Ekamy, do you want to talk about Feline Forensics and the Meowseum mystery?
I love that name so much. Yes, I will. So this one was one that I actually didn't know about. Zoe actually is the one who introduced me to it. And I believe it's the first game from Nobody Crowned the devs. It's a really cute a mystery kind of game. The demo is a good probably 45 minutes to an hour, so it's digestible. It's very funny. Oh my goodness, I really like the humor. So the premise is that you are a cat detective, a very noir detective. That's the whole setting. And you're trying to solve mysteries, and they're a little silly because, the premise is maybe a little silly. I think the first, it wasn't even a written joke, but it was a visual joke, which just I loved. And I was oh, I'm in for a treat playing this demo, was when you start it. So, it opens up to the cat's, the detective's office, and he's there, and he's oh, I had a wild night, of drinking milk or whatever. And, but when he talks,
catnip.
yeah. And when he talks, when he starts talking, so like other visual novels or other games that have this, sometimes, you'll see the dialogue box and then you'll see a little artistic rendition of the character, right? And they'll pop up. So in the game, it looks very Paper Mario. There's a cartoony look to it. The character art that pops up for the cat is photorealistic. I was I'm gonna love this game. and the whole demo, I'll say at least the mystery of the demo is he goes to his computer and he types in his password and his password's wrong. And he's like, how could it be wrong? Did I forget my password? Like something's up. No, somebody hacked my account, you know, right? It's you're trying to figure out what happened in your drunken milk stupor. It's really cute. So I really enjoyed it. I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. It kind of, gave me a sense of, it felt similar to, if anyone has played, Duck Detective. It's a similar kind of vibe, in terms of the humor and like the environment. And then the other thing I liked about it was that, so it's of course a puzzle game because you're trying to figure out the mysteries. But what I really liked about it was that there's elements of, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember the game. Case of the Golden Idol, if anyone's played that too, where, basically when you're exploring the, when you're given an area to like explore and like figure out what's happening, you have a number of blank spaces in sentences and you have to like find words to like put in to make sure like, this is what happened. So they do something very similar, in determining, and it's kind of Wordle-esque in terms of it's like, you got a sentence together. Well, we're going to highlight these in yellow because they're the words. They should be in this paragraph, but they're not quite in the spot that they should be. And then if anything's green, you're like, oh, yep, you're good. You got it. So I really I've been getting into more of those kind of puzzle games. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Based on playing the demo, you said it was about 45 minutes. Did it feel like, could you get a sense of how long the full game might be based on that 45 minutes? Like, did it feel like, cause sometimes you'll play a demo. I've played the occasional demo that's like only gonna be a 2-3 hour game and they give you like an hour of gameplay and you're like, okay, I feel like I'm a third into this game. Did you feel like that, or did you feel like the game was barely like scratching the surface in terms of its length?
It's hard to say because the demo deals with one mystery, really. Like, that's the main one. So I don't really have a sense with how big it'll be, but Does it resolve the mystery? Sorry. It does. Yes.
Okay, that's good.
And that took about an hour. So, I mean, if it was gonna do, I don't know, maybe have like 6 chapters or something like that, like it might be like a 6-hour game, maybe, but I could not fully tell from the demo. Yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah. And the style is very Paper Mario as well, which is fun.
So it is more like
also black and white, right? Sorry, Cleo. Sorry.
Yes. With little, smatterings of color, like you see his green eyes. Yeah.
Right. Sorry, Cleo, go ahead.
No, you mentioned Duck Detective and having played The Secret Salami and soon The Ghost of Glamping.
Nice.
Does it play similarly? Like you're walking around and investigating the environment, talking to other characters. Are there other characters in the demo?
There is. Yes, there is at least one other. Two other characters in the demo. Yes. Yeah. So it plays very similar to Duck Detective, I would say. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I need to play Duck Detective. I've only played the demo of that one too.
Really good. Definitely should play it.
Yeah.
So sorry.
All good.
Okay. Scriptorium, Cleo?
Yes. So Scriptorium, Master of Manuscripts is one of my games. It is. I am going to lose so many hours in that game. I know it immediately.
Nice.
It is all about, it is set in medieval times. You play as a character in a scriptorium. So you are the one who writes the manuscripts and like draws all the art and sets everything up. There's a story and then there's a sandbox mode. Sandbox, you can play around with all of the stickers and stuff that they have in game so far for the demo. The story mode, it gives you a little spattering of like, here's the first few like commissions you'll get. It starts with your uncle coming back and saying, hey kiddo, we're in this together now. And he looks strange to put it, like he's not, something's wrong. And the character's like, I don't know you. You're not, what?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yep. It's like, I need you to paint me a picture, paint me in all of my majesty. And he gives you a little, like, this is a tutorial. Like, it's him. His head is kind of off. He's missing a hand. It's like, hey, put me back together. Like, just put me back together. And it gives you the main objectives of put the head in the right place or close enough, put the hand in the right place, give him a leg and color it. And then there's bonus objectives. Like you fill out, oh, you did this. Now give me some props. Like, what do you got? Like I gave my uncle a beard and it's blue and a sword.
Nice.
And like a tree behind him. Because like, oh, of course. Amazing.
Yes.
And as you complete missions, you get reputation, money, other stickers to use. The second one, this is the second commission of the game. It's like, hey, I'm your uncle's friend. We're in this together. Let's do a group photo of you and your uncle. And you have to put yourself you literally have to build yourself from nothing and like paint yourself. You got it, kiddo. And it's like, actually, I'm the devil. You're in a contract now and I'm living with you. Let's do it. That is the second mission in the story.
Oh my God.
It is wonderful. And then you get into the contract. See, there's a little scriptorium you can customize before you start the story. You can kind of design your character. There's 2%. There's 2 of 6 personalities in the demo. And looking at them, I think one of them was a dog.
Okay.
But you could play as like a regular dude or a nun.
Okay.
And they all have like their own custom stickers. So as you go, you come, oh yes, I have like nunnery attire and things like that.
Yeah. Cool.
One of the commissions I did was for a mouse, and it was
delightful.
Grandpa Mouse. He's like, pee 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 pee. They're friends. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I don't speak mouse, but you want this to not be a tale of enemies because it's like a cat with a mouth on a sword.
Yeah.
And
that's so cute.
Okay, you don't want this to be bad anymore. I got you. And you have to like make it friendly.
Oh,
it's a very silly game. It's, I haven't seen anywhere where the LGBTQ stuff comes in. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. It may not be in the demo, but I definitely just kind of played around for a bit like, yes, what if I made a rabbit with the head of a monkey and the legs of donkeys? Yes, this is perfect. And I gave it swords.
The perfect form, the ideal specimen.
This is the ideal creature.
So this game it does not have an LGBTQ plus tag on Steam. However, it was part of the Press Gay to Play showcase last June, which is how I found a couple of the games that are on the list this week. They don't have the tag. I'm not sure what qualifies them as queer games, but rest assured they were part of the Press Gay to Play showcase. So they are queer in some way. Though, in terms of Scriptorium though, I just want to say this. For anyone who wants a visual reference for what it kind of looks like, it looks like when Monty Python and the Holy Grail, when they do the little animated stuff, that's the vibe. It doesn't look exactly like that, but that's the vibe that the imagery gives me. Yeah. So I recommend going to check that out.
Make your own of those. You can add text, like there's a little text editor you can do. And like, it's very silly in the right ways. There's just like, ooh, I'm going to spend all of my time doing this. Other games, I'm going to make some manuscripts. Leave me alone.
That sounds so cool. I love that. I'm like, as you were talking, I was like, and wish list.
Yes.
I was actually surprised when you didn't claim it, Ekamy, because I thought for sure that would be one of your games.
Yeah, with my whole love of sagas. Yeah. I think I was just, I think as it happened, it was like, you tempted me so much with Feline Forensics, and then I was like, whoa, this other game I'm really excited for, and then I was like, no, I can't do more than 2.
Whoa.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I love that.
Yeah, it's very charming, and then it's really fun.
All right. Well, I definitely don't have a secret third game at the end. No, sir.
Not at all.
No, ma'am. But my next game is from our friends over at Zorky Studios. And Delian and Nez are making a brand new game that we've talked about in the podcast before. In fact, we had exclusive information given to us to reveal on the podcast. And I think, Ekamy, you've played this demo before, and I think Lloyd also said he had as well. But I finally got around to it because it was part of Steam Next Fest. And it's called I'm Making a Monster. And this game is equal parts silly. Oh, maybe a little more serious than silly, but it's, when I played it, it's a very short demo. I'd recommend anyone who's interested in this game or liked, Quality Dreams Reasonably Priced to go check out this demo, it takes 10 minutes to get through it. Like, it was so fast. Like, almost didn't believe you, Ekamy, when you said it's very short. It is really short, to the point where I went through it and got all the achievements.
Oh, nice.
Because there are achievements in the demo as well. And you have to play through it, I think, 3 or 4 times to get all the achievements, because some of them require completing a run of the game. It is a prologue, so it's not just a demo, but I'm not sure if this story is going to be in the main game. However, it is set up for the main game. It isn't like a piece of the main game in the sense that, like, here's a little snippet of it. It's more like set up for it. And Stars in Time also did something very similar. But yeah, when I finished the demo, I just kind of said to myself, wow, because it's very, very silly, but they're kind of setting up this, like, very dark moment. And basically the premise is that it's a world like ours. It's a visual novel, and it's a world like ours. Except in this world, they also have magic. Like practical kinds of magic, like potions and spells and stuff like that. And people specialize in that. So it seems like it's centered around a bunch of college students, who are all queer, and, they specialize in various types of magic and mana. And so you play, the character's name I actually didn't write down, but you play as a character, and you can rename the character anyway, which I did. So, you play as the character, you get to pick from, like, I want to say 10 to 20 pronoun options. There's a lot of neo-pronoun options in there. And you can pick multiple as well. You can pick she, her, he, him, and they, them if you want. You can pick they, fair if you want that too. You can, like, combine all of those. You can pick all of them. You can pick, anyway, there's lots of pronoun options, which is great. But as you're playing the game, it's about a story about you and a friend who seems to be a romantic friend, but it's not clear. And you're kind of like sifting through these memories with this person. And each scene kind of ends with like, well, yeah, but then this thing is going to happen as well. Like, it keeps implying that this sad thing is going to happen. And you're kind of starting to clue in, like, okay, I think this person is no longer alive. And so, this person dies. I don't know, 2 or 3 scenes into the demo. And, the setup for the game is that, this main character you're playing as is so stricken with grief that they start to build a monster. Doesn't tell you what the monster is, why they're making it, just they're dealing with grief. This person is dealing with grief. And I assume that this monster is going to be some version of the person who died. Because the whole setup of, I don't even know if this can be done, is you're like, okay, is it you can't build a human from scratch? Is it you can't bring someone back from the dead? I assume they were bringing someone back from the dead. I don't know for sure. But yeah. Anyway, I really, really love this. And the art is so pretty. It looks like a sketch, but also like with pencil, almost with pencil crayon, like fill. I'm not an artist. I can't use words, but it is beautiful. It is also, the prose is so beautifully written. Actually, I did have one passage I really wanted to read here, if I can find the screenshot I took. Oh yeah. So some of the name is Ophir Sonnet, and the pronoun options are they, them, theirs, she, her, hers, he, him, his, its, z, them, zers, z, zers. I'm not pronouncing any of these neopronouns correctly. I am a bad podcast host. A, am, airs, they, fair, fairs, and pers. And you can also make it so if you have multiple pronouns, you can check a box to change pronouns every time. But the passage I wanted to read is, all monsters leave scars upon us, though the scars themselves vary. And these scars sometimes birth their own monsters born of our skin, of our pain, of our isolation. Scars are raw or scabbed or healed somewhat independent of time. Depth has more to do with it than freshness. The scars that run deep can cut more than anyone might realize. Ophir Sonnet has a raw and angry scar. It itches and bleeds her soul. No matter how she howls, it will not cease its scratching. Which I found very, very, very visual and visceral. So, and Delian and Nez are cooking with this one, and I'm really excited to see, what they have to offer in the full game. And the fact that they're doing, Steam Next Fest now, this is pure speculation. And if I'm wrong, do not pressure the devs to get this game out before June, but I suspect because you can only do Steam Next Fest once per game release, that the game is due sometime in the next little while. Otherwise, there's only 2 reasons to do Steam Next Fest. You either do Steam Next Fest early on to start building wish lists and followers, or you do it as you're about to release to get people's attention on the game before you release. I'm not sure which one they're going for. I should ask them. I haven't. They're busy with their game. I'm busy with the podcast. I just didn't check in, but hopefully it comes out soon because like I'm itching to play more. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it was so nice. I played it before Next Fest because I ended up streaming it. And actually Nez came into my channel when I was streaming it. It was so cool. I was like, oh my God, hi.
A celebrity in our midst.
Right. Yeah. Cause I'd spoken with, I think I'd seen Endelian in the stream before, but not Nez. So that was just a nice surprise. But yeah, beautiful watercolor and like this kind of a sketch look to it as well. And I wanted to mention,
that's a good, better point than pencil crayons. Brain does word things with art.
I was gonna say, Endelian put out, or actually Zorky Studios in general put out so they have like a newsletter, so you can sign up for it, on their website if you're interested, but they actually gave some like cool tidbits that are like kind of behind the scenes stuff involving I'm Making a Monster, and they actually just released that, like, they put out a newsletter on like February 23rd. And they were talking about, like how, like, kind of like how they track our decisions and how like the decisions impact the character's physical and mental well-being. And, I'll just read a little smidgen from the newsletter that I have up, from Zorky, but it says, in the original prototype, this was set up as a linear be healthy and get 1 point healthier, be unhealthy and get 1 point unhealthier function. However, I decided this was boring and didn't reflect the feel of the game well. So now the game works around positive feedback loops as you continue to make similarly healthy decisions. You'll gain velocity that you'll lose when you change direction. So each time you continue to make healthy decisions in a row, you increase the amount of healthiness your character receives. And conversely, the more you continuously are unhealthy, the more you'll descend into an endless spiral of doom. That's like quote unquote from the newsletter.
And they visualize it too in the newsletter. If you're not following any of this, there's like a graph they put in the newsletter and they explain way more, but
so yeah, it's really neat. It's very cool stuff.
It's also fun that, when I was playing Fishbowl, cause I saw that email and then I played Fishbowl first, because Fishbowl, they put their demo up slightly early, I think, and I didn't realize I'm Making a Monster's demo was already up. I assumed, Ekamy, that you'd played it because Endelian sent it to you. I didn't realize the demo was out. I was just not clued in. But anyway, I played Fishbowl first after reading that email, and I was like, hey, Fishbowl also has a similar mental health tracking thing. So it's funny that both the demos I played have a mental health thing. Mechanic, which is really cool. And both is different. Like both mechanics are different. They function in a very similar way in terms of tracking like healthy decisions and unhealthy decisions, which, you know, I feel like once you're putting those aspects in a game, like we're cooked. Like I already make unhealthy choices in my life. I don't need a game to reflect that for me, but maybe I'm playing Fishbowl and playing, I'm Making a Monster. I'm going to actually improve my life for once. Make a healthy choice.
You start to
make the healthy choice to play these games.
Yes, and wishlist them if you're interested. Yes.
You should be wishlisting everything you hear about today.
Everything.
I will come to your house and I will knock on your door and I will ask you if you've wishlisted the games.
I will politely ask.
That is a true Avatar's guarantee.
Yeah, no, that's happened. Zoe appeared at my door. I don't know how she knows.
She just
was
does.
There.
You just do.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm just gonna just.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Just gotta.
This is Cleo's episodic episode of the day. Her usual. I'm leaving the episode, but then she doesn't leave 'cause she loves us.
Here, I'm leaving. Goodbye. It's been nice.
Oh, we lost Cleo.
Come back. No. Oh no, she muted.
I said I was gone. I said I was going to commit to the bit one of these times.
Very nice. Very cool. Yeah. The other kind of, I don't know if it was like a coincidence or probably is a coincidence, but when I played it, the demo a little before Next Fest, I was, I think really excited for, I don't think I'd seen it yet, but I was really excited for the new Frankenstein movie that came out in October, I think, October, November, cause it's Del Toro and I love basically everything from Del Toro. And I was like really on a high. I was like, yeah, Frankenstein-esque, let's go. So I was really excited for that reason. But like then you play it and it's very much its own thing, which is really cool. So
with the jump scare at the end too, because you play this very melancholic demo. And then it's like, they basically build into I'm making a monster as almost like a kind of like punchline or button at the end of it. Cause like the sentence literally goes like, I'm gonna do, and then I'm making a monster. And then like that text like flashes on screen with the face of the monster and it's just like a loud, scary note. And I just like all 5 times I played through the demo, I was just like, oh, thank you.
So where's horror on these tags then? That sounds too scary for me.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on though, because we have a lot of demos to talk about still. Ekamy, the Witch's Bakery.
Yes, I'm very excited. Okay, so Witch's Bakery.
Moving on.
No.
Take your time. God, jeez.
Witch's Bakery is a cute little baking kind of sim where you play as a young witch who's opened a bakery in Paris. She just moved to Paris with her little familiar who kind of looks like if anyone's ever seen Treasure Planet, there's a little morph character, a little blobby man. So they call it a morph, so it's basically the same makeup, but it's in the shape of a cat with a little cute little hat. You move there and the kind of trajectory of the demo is you are, meeting people in the city, you're getting your bakery set up, you're starting to make some sales. The whole gameplay mechanic of the bakery is like to bake. You basically go and you play a little mini game where you press, I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 buttons to like knead dough, and then your familiar kind of bakes it using magic, and you also put some magic into the dough. And the interesting thing about that specific witch is that she is a witch who follows what is called like emotion magic, and the game kind of talks about there's different categories. I guess there's 3, I think. There's elemental, there's heart, emotional, and something else that I'm not remembering. Probably something around like logic or knowledge. But hers is more geared towards emotions. So she can, for example, if someone's feeling kind of down and like it's a really like big regret they have in their life, she can see a visualization.
She can make it worse.
No,
perfect. Yeah, no.
I mean, she probably could, but no. She can see a visualization of this, like, it looks like a ghost, but it's like really like heavy and huge and like kind of weighing on them a bit. And so she wants to help them. So sometimes when she, does her baking, she tries to put a little bit of like a specific magic to hopefully help with however they're feeling. She doesn't like pry or anything, but it's just kind of like, here, I hope this helps a little bit. And then there's little mini games based on if they're feeling angry or sad, or, I think the other one is scared, I think, and they're all mini games that are tailored to each type of emotion. So like you kind of go through about a week, not quite a week, of running your bakery, meeting people, a lot of the messages in the game are very sweet and very like pro mental health, like a lot of like take care of yourself. You are worth it. You are valid. Like it's okay to feel. Yes, we're
for the episode.
Yeah. It was just really, really sweet. I had a bit of a rough day when I played it, so there was some stuff that kind of hit really, really close that I really enjoyed, playing. And it's a good size demo because you play almost a week, so I probably played it in, like 3 hours maybe. I've been looking forward to this game for at least a year because I heard about it a while ago, and, it's a lovely mixture of like 2D, like hand-drawn animation mixed with a little bit of 3D environments. It's a very uplifting and wholesome game, and there's also like, you can kind of tell there's some like hints to, something that happened in her past that maybe was kind of a rough time. Like, she just didn't like who she was at that time, but we don't get anything more than that. I'm sure they'll go into that more in the game. And then the other cute thing you can do is you can decorate your bakery. So as you make more sales and money, then you can go and be like, oh, I want new floors, or I want cute little stools, or, you know, you can kind of tailor it how you want. And there's also side quests, and lots of different character designs, which is really cool. There's like I don't even know how to describe this one character, but I love him. He looks like a cross between it's like a spider, but he doesn't have like 8 legs. He's a big round man who looks like he's got a spider face, and he's really sweet. And he's like, his magic is like the magic of logic and knowledge, and the demo ends with a cute little like personality kind of quiz where you can be like, oh, what school of magic are you? So you get to see what yours would be. So
what was yours?
Mine was the logic and knowledge one. Right. So, yeah.
That tracks.
Thank you.
Nerd.
And the character designs are really good. Like, everyone is just like, as I said, the character designs kind of vary. Like, there's a lot of different designs, which I like. There's a wonderful little young witch. I forget her name, but she's a person of color, and she's super sweet. I love her. Oh my God. And then with Lun, your main character, she's got a braid like a side braid that kind of goes down to her shoulder, and it looks like a challah bread. Like it's like a braided loaf. Is so cute. I'm like, I love it. Yeah, I could go on, but it was a really fun demo, and I'm really looking forward to how this plays. Yeah.
It's also getting a physical copy.
Ooh, that I didn't know. That makes me more excited. I want a physical copy.
It does come out. There's a couple games in this episode we're talking about that are getting physical copies. These games are coming out very soon, but the physical copies are coming out later in the year. So if anyone is interested in a physical copy, like me, you'll have to wait after release to get the physical copy. Unless you want to buy the game twice, which I don't recommend. But, I mean, you can if you really want to support, but if you can't afford it, buy the game once and wait for the physical copy. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good game, all told.
It's very sweet. It's one of those where I'm like, if I'm ever feeling down, I'm just going to play this game and just have a great time.
Did you get
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I have a quick question. With the 1 week, did you get a sense of how long the game is?
I don't know. I get the feeling maybe you go through, I'm wondering if maybe it's like, maybe a year's too much, but I think it would be workable. Like, it makes sense if it was like, oh, you spend a year in Paris. So maybe that, but maybe there's some time skips. I think this might be the studio's first game, or at the very least, it was a game that was kickstarted. I do know that. So, yeah. So maybe it was about a year, maybe it'll be a few months. Definitely more than a month though. I get that feeling. Cause there's so much more to learn that I'm just like, what's happening in the game? Tell me more.
Follow up. Was there any idea of like, oh, as you progress, you'll learn new like recipes, or you'll get different outfits and hats? And I don't remember if you mentioned that.
No, on the outfits and hats, although I wouldn't be surprised if they add that, to be honest. It seems like that kind of game. But in terms of, new recipes, mainly you are, so yes, but mainly you are like working with 2 types of dough, although to be, and like, so you get a new recipe, but you'll use the same type of dough. So it's the same mini game for a couple. However, I will say that her workspace is pretty like I feel like there's a lot more you can put in the workspace. So I get the feeling that she's probably going to try like different like dough, or maybe she'll like do some extra stuff that'll help. I will say there is a little level of like a very slight level of, not stress, but like, it's kind of like the whole like, what is it? Not Papa's Pizzeria, but the kind of like cooking and baking games where you go and customers will be like, I would like 2 croissants and a pain de chocolat. And then you're like, great, I gotta go make the dough for that. And then if you take too long, then they'll just leave and then you don't get money. So there is a little level of stress for that, but I think only one time in the demo did I actually I missed one customer, I think. So it's pretty forgiving, I think. At the time's pretty long.
Okay.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That one customer is going to tank your reputation. Look out.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I will say too, the other thing that I liked is, there's at least one character, who is towards the end of the demo who, in terms of representation for accessibility and stuff, they're in a wheelchair. And, you learn that a couple times, the girl in the wheelchair, she kind of looks in the shop, but then she leaves. She doesn't come in the shop, but she looks in and leaves. And you're like, oh, I don't know what's happening. And then you see her a second time and you're like, oh, no, come back. Can I get you anything? And she's like, oh, well, I did want to come in, but I don't know if I can. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she magics up a ramp so she can come into the shop.
Oh,
it's really cute. Yeah. So it's little things like that, which I was like, oh, so sweet. So yeah, this will be, I feel like this will be a fun game. Mm-hmm.
All right, Cleo, this game that you're going to talk about is kind of a hotly anticipated one. It's a lot of people are talking about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it. It was actually in the title of an episode a few weeks ago. It's called 1348 Ex Voto. And you played the demo. So what did you think?
I enjoyed it. I do want to play the full game when it comes out. For those who don't know, it's set in 1348. It follows a character named Ayeta, who is, you don't get a sense of what their standing is in the world. I think they are a noble in the city in Italy that you start in. And you're out in the wilds training with Bianca, who seems like maybe a lover, maybe not. It's hard to say, but they're very playful and flirted. They've been childhood friends. This is also your tutorial for combat. But
so I'm just going to step in while we're talking about queerness just very briefly. Sorry to interrupt you, Cleo, and I keep doing this and I'm so sorry. However, when I first clued into 1348 Ex Voto about 1 or 2 months ago, there was no LGBTQ plus tag on Steam. Mm-hmm. There is now on the game. People were wondering if are they even queer or are they just roommates? They are very more, it has not been obviously confirmed that they are canon lovers, but I'm pretty sure that Ayeta and Bianca are an item. Yes. Based on that tag being added to Steam. Anyway, please continue.
Based on the demo and how it ends, yeah, I think so.
Nice.
Bianca is set to join a nunnery. She is a peasant compared to Ayeta's being a lordling of some kind. Ayeta's town, her city, has been ravaged by a plague, and pestilence has torn through the people in the villages and has taken, I believe, both of her parents. And she is grappling with the fact I have to now step up and do this. I don't know if I'm ready. My best friend is leaving, being forced to leave because of, the status. They're not going to be a thing because of their, the class divide. After the tutorial, Bianca leaves to clean up and the city gets attacked by brigands. Mm-hmm. You run back to the city and it is a third-person action game.
Brigands.
This friggin' Briganti, you have no idea. Oh, they ravage the town. They steal my bread. I'm never doing that that bad accent ever again. I'm sorry.
Cleo was never welcome back on the podcast ever again.
That's fair and valid. It's been nice. I will hang up my glasses in shame. But it is a third-person action game. Similar to Dark Souls in that right trigger is going to be your attack, left trigger is your guard, as well as you hold it, it gets you into a two-handed stance. Normally it's just one-handed, so quick attack, strong attack, and you are... So far the fights have mostly been one-on-one. If you are targeting someone, they're the one you're fighting, because I have fought in groups of 2 enemies, and the other one I didn't notice them attacking, but maybe they did, and I just didn't pay enough attention. The central loop is you have to break their guard and then you can deal damage. Enemies so far have gone down in 2 or 3 hits. There's an upgrade system. You get paper and parchment and you use that to upgrade your health, your guard, your food, which is like a healing. So your Estus in Souls games. As well as there are 4 different tracks. You only have 2 at the start. It is so your general stats of food, health, guard, and then your combat abilities. I didn't try any of them, but it looks like they add more attacks. And you spend those parchments to get those upgrades. There's 2 more. I think one is stealth and one is fortitude. No idea what that means.
Fair enough.
What else was there? There are trinkets you can equip. The demo only has one where if you lose all your health, you use the food you have to regain it. And it's a little toy knight, which is kind of like in some of the art or like the screenshots, it's the toy knight doesn't have a leg. And there are space for like 16 trinkets you can get through the game. Your longsword is customizable. And I don't know what that's going to do. The demo itself was about 20 minutes.
That's
okay.
It's the very beginning of the game. And at the end of the demo, Aeta pledges a vow over her parents saying, please guide me, God, like protect me and guide me. I'm going to go save Bianca.
Oh, nice.
So
right on.
Heck yeah.
I'm pretty into it. Like the flow, once I kind of got the rhythm of like dodging and parrying and following up these things, I think it'll be pretty fun. I'm curious to see what the upgrade path is for this longsword and what different parts you get and how that changes the game. But I'm into it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Did you meet many other characters in the demo, or was it mostly like the main 2 plus enemies?
It was the main 2 and then Brigante the entire way.
Amazing.
That's it. No other characters yet. It was, hey, Bianca, let's do a fight. And haha. Oh, well, now I have to go. Oh, everyone in the town is dead. Oh no.
Oh no.
Hate it when that happens.
When the Brigante take over my town.
Me when the Brigante take over my town. My face one.
And then she sets up on a quest for revenge. And
cool.
Yeah, that. It was like maybe 20 or 30 minutes. Not very long, but I think a good sense of what the gameplay is going to be throughout the game.
Interesting. And I think, am I right in that I think off the podcast we were talking about release dates of some of this. Am I right that Ex Voto is coming out like really soon? Like full
March
game?
12th. Yeah.
March 12th.
Very
interesting.
And it's getting a physical which comes out in June, I think.
Oh, okay.
Now, granted, the June placeholders I think are, though maybe placeholders because I think they're both like June 30th or something like that. So those could be placeholders and they're trying to get out in the first half of the year. I'm not sure. But 1348 Ex Voto, it's getting a physical on PS5 only, and I think Witch's Bakery is coming to Switch, PS5, and actually I can check right now. For Witch's Bakery.
Switch does make sense very much for that game.
I think I'm a little disappointed there's no Switch 2 version, but that doesn't surprise me given how Nintendo's been weird about dev kits. Oh no, there is a Switch 2 version.
Nice.
It is a game key card. So there effectively is no Switch 2 version.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay then.
Yeah. But yeah, there's Switch PS5 and Switch 2 for that, and then Ex Voto is just getting a PS5 because it's only coming to PS5 and PC. There was an Xbox version in development; they have canceled it. So.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I was really interested in this game. It's on my wish list already, but I will probably play the demo. Like it's on my demos list of like the 10 games that I want to play from Steam Next Fest. So
I would recommend it to get a sense of the combat. It is weighty. It is very grounded.
Nice.
Yeah. Jennifer English, I think her name is in it as well.
Right.
And,
yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
Very good.
Excellent.
It is perfect lesbian representation because it is lesbian playing a lesbian.
Yes. Let's go lesbians.
Let's go lesbians. I'm in lesbians with you. Okay. All right. Secret 7th game. Ooh. There would have been secret 9th game, except Lloyd is unfortunately not able to join us today. But I will just, before I jump into the secret 7th game, I will just remind everyone that the games that Lloyd was going to talk about were All Will Rise. And again, these will be linked down in the show notes, and Moorage, which I think is a fishing sim of sorts. But the game that I played, and I played it this morning because I was like, you know what? I really should play this game because I didn't get a chance to play it at QGCon, and it's the only other game that's in Steam Next Fest. So, Love in the Time of Spellphage, a game I've already talked about on the podcast. You can go back to episode 53 and hear about that, and also hear an interview with the devs. But that game is also part of Steam Next Fest right now, so I highly recommend going to check that out. I'm not sure if the demo as part of Steam Next Fest is different than the one I played, but regardless of whether or not it's different, you should definitely check it out because it's an awesome game. The other game that I didn't get a chance to play because I just simply didn't have enough time at the day I was in person at QGCon was The Wide Open Sky is Running Out of Catfish. And this game, and let me link this actually for you in not the Discord, but the chat here for the Riverside chat here, so you guys can check this out as well.
Sure.
But it is effectively Pokemon Snap with an Ocarina of Time gameplay element. So it looks like a lost N64 game. And you are a character who has just graduated college or is currently still in college but on summer break. You are living in the sky on top of a massive catfish.
Nice.
And you go outside and, well, you're basically in your house. You really don't talk to anyone, right? It's just you and your mom on this catfish, right? It's the three of you kind of chatting. It's the only three of you up there. And basically the main character is very lonely. That's why they went off to school. That's why they want to leave the sky. They want social interaction. I think in lore wise, you can pick which backstory you want. Like you can actually be like, actually, no, I really like it up here. I picked kind of like, no, I'd rather live on the land with everyone else. Cause that's how I felt when I was leaving home. But, you're talking with people on the internet. You miss them because of summer break, like your classmates and your friends and stuff. And then you go outside and you get a camera and the catfish basically says, hey, I don't remember what the story reason is actually. I'm blanking a little bit. I don't know if I wrote it down or not, but basically, you're taking pictures of animals in the sky. Oh, the reason actually, sorry, I remember the reason. I don't know why. I must be late at night and I'm tired. I'm sorry. I know the devs are going to listen to this too, so I'm trying to get it right too. But basically, it's in the title. So all the fish that live in the sky, like imagine instead of birds, there's like literal giant fish that live in the sky, have kind of disappeared. And you have a magical way to kind of replenish the sky with fish by taking pictures of the ones that are there. That rewards you clams. I think clams or shells. Let me double check that too. I have notes. I should use them. Yeah. So you take pictures, you get shells, then you use the shells to spawn clouds. You throw these shells into a fountain. It spawns clouds in the sky. And then you go into the sky. The catfish gives you the power to turn into a serpent, swim through the sky, collect the clouds, which allows you to creates more fish in the sky that allows you to take pictures of them. And it's just a constant loop of being able to take pictures. And when you're taking a picture from the catfish, because you can't take pictures while you're flying around as a serpent, it's like Pokemon Snap style, like you're completing like a Pokedex basically.
Cute.
And also to summon the serpent thing, there's basically, I think they give you 8 notes on your keyboard. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notes of like a flute. And then they tell you like, okay, if you press these 4 notes, you can turn into a serpent and fly through the sky. It felt very Ocarina of Time or even Wind Waker, in that sense. And there's also a day-night cycle. It's not real time, but different fish appear in the sky depending whether it's day or whether it's night. The way the demo worked out, I only played mostly at night, so, didn't get to play during the day, and I was playing this morning before work, so you can continue playing the demo after it ends. And I assume there would have been different fish in the sky during the day when the game was looping back to that, but I unfortunately didn't have time to play that. But there is another story twist, though, is that the catfish is dying. So not only is the sky running out of catfish, but also the catfish that you live on is dying too, and your mom is missing. She's not like missing. She's just kind of left home to do her own thing. Not in a I'm going to get cigarettes and not coming back kind of way, but in a I'm a busy working human being that needs to go.
I have a 9 to 5 and.
Yeah. It's more like 9 to 9 all week though. So, basically when the main character learns that the catfish that he lives on or that they live on is dying, they figure out like, okay, well maybe if I replenish the sky with all these animals that have gone, maybe the catfish won't die, my mom will come back, that kind of stuff.
Oh, interesting.
That's kind of where this started. And also what is nice about it was there's some accessibility features, and one of them is like, it looks really pixelated. If anyone watches a trailer, you can make it more pixelated or take away all of the pixelation, so everything's a little bit cleaner. So depending on what your taste or preferences are, if you're finding it too pixelated or blurry for any accessibility reasons, which is cool. So, yeah.
That sounds delightful.
Really neat. And yeah, just the loop sounds like an incredibly delightful time. Implying that there are 8 buttons on the flute and 4 lets you turn into a serpent. What other options are there to fiddle around with?
Yeah, I think I watched the trailer for this one when I was just kind of perusing Next Fest, and I'm not sure if I added it to my list, but if I have not, I will definitely add it. It seems really interesting. I like the style, the gameplay style very much.
Also, because I haven't been doing this as I've been talking, but I'm just going to quickly go through and read all the developer names, because I think we've mentioned some of them, and that's fine. But I forgot all my developers. I didn't shout them out, and I want to do that. Except the only one I did was I mentioned Zorky Studios for I'm Making a Monster. But let me just quickly go through. I'm clicking through literally every Steam link here, so I can do this.
I can say what mine are if that helps.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So I did mention it, but the Feline Forensics and the Meowseum Mystery dev is Nobody Crown, and the Witch's Bakery dev is Sunny Lab. Publisher is Silver Lining Interactive for that one too.
Scriptorium, Master of Manuscripts, is made by Yaza Games. The Wide Open Skies Running Out of Catfish is made by Zip It Games. That's all caps with an exclamation mark. Fishbowl is made by I Miss My Friends.studio. You already mentioned Feline Forensics. I'm Making a Monster is Zorky Studios. They've been on the podcast multiple times. I believe episodes 28 and 51. I'm pretty sure we had Endelian on. I might have those numbers wrong, but I think 28 is correct. And 50. One of the last audio only episodes, Endelian was on. We did like a big, kind of deep dive on the game and some spoiler talk as well. Sorry. And I'm also kind of going through. Ex Voto, 1348 Ex Voto. The developer is Sedlio. And, I think, did I miss any of my games? No, I got all of them. No, I think that's everything, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So those are our 7 games. And also, of course, Lloyd's were All Will Rise and Mortgage, which you can check out in the show notes, or hit up Lloyd, on his VOD or on Beast. I'm sure he'd be happy to talk about it. Yeah. Anyway, does anyone have any final thoughts before we wrap up this Steam Next Fest of February 2026?
Video games are pretty cool. I'm excited to play all of these games.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we had some really, I'm really glad that I enjoyed the 2 that I played so much, and just from our discussion here, like, I basically wishlisted everything that, like, every time we were like, we're gonna chat, I'm like, okay, mute myself, find the Steam page, and just wishlist it real quick. Yeah, I
wishlist every game.
Wishlist every game.
Every game on Steam, wishlist.
That's the takeaway. No, I was just going to say that's the takeaway.
Yeah. Anyway, so anyone who is new to the podcast, I know we've had a lot of new listeners and viewers lately. I try to do this 3 times a year. There's a Steam Next Fest usually every February, every June, and then every October as well. I'm sure we'll be back in June, although June is the busiest month for the podcast because it's literally every game ever being made is showcased somewhere. Yep. Sometimes multiple times. And it's just pretty wild time to be a podcast host, and producer. But anyway, that is all the time we have for today. Ekamy, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram and Blue Sky, at Ekamy, Ekamy. For Instagram, there's an underscore before and after my name, and that's the only difference.
Cleo, where can people find you?
You can find me in the cave in the mountains, or on Instagram at Claustrophobia. That's claustrophobia, but with Cleo at the front.
Amazing. Well, thank you both so much for joining me. And I'm sorry to Lloyd, who, if you're checking this episode out, I'm sorry you couldn't join us.
We miss you, Lloyd.
We miss you. Please come back with cigarettes and the milk we asked you for. We need it. Lloyd, please, we need the milk.
Dad left us to get cigarettes, and we haven't heard from him since.
At his 9 to 9 job.
He sleeps overnight under the desk. I don't know how he does it.
And that just about wraps up this week's show. Thanks to your avatars for joining me for another episode of your Queer Video Game Podcast. By listening to the show, you are supporting queer-made content, which is more important than ever. If you want to support your avatars, it would be really great if you could leave a comment, rating, or review on your preferred podcast platform. You can follow the show on Blue Sky, Twitter, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube under the handle @TrueAvatars, all one word, and on Facebook and Instagram under True Avatars. If you are watching on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so you can be the first to know when new content drops. I welcome you to check out the official website, trueavatarspodcast.com. That's all one word, trueavatarspodcast.com. On the website, you can sign up for the newsletter, where you can get exclusive news and updates on the show. Bye, True Avatars. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to speaking with you all again next week. Take care and stay safe.